30th of May 2021. Taking place at the Douala Grand Mall, the initiative, dubbed Le Weekend du Meat in Cameroon, has been placed under the theme, The Challenges of the Distribution of Meat in Cameroon Product. 4 days during which there will be exhibitions, sales, tastings, and talks. Talks like a press conference in which promoters explained the concept to media men and women Thursday, May 27th, 2021 in Douala.
Creating a venue where the producers, distributors and consumers can meet around that thematic, and while having their production being exposed during those days, 3-4 days, having also taken the opportunity to have experience exchange.
This first edition of Le Weekend du Meat in Cameroon, a concept that is expected to boast local know-how, will henceforth become a regular rendezvous for the city of Douala after every 3 months. It will equally be an occasion to demystify access into the Douala Grand Mall, especially for local producers and entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs whom many decry the bottlenecks involved in legalizing their activities.
People often think that the major problem is subvention. Away from that, we have that problem of acquiring papers because we want to be legalized and known. There are many things that are demanded in terms of money and a lot of administrative procedures for a single product. We pray the government to facilitate things for us to promote this made in Cameroon that has become a label.
It is an event placed under the patronage of the Ministry of Commerce.
As a follow-up to the exhibition exercise, Mange Venasius again today visited the Douala Grand Mall in order to find out some of the local products that are being exposed. He concludes that Made in Cameroon is a label that is very much worthy of being accepted and consumed by Cameroonians. Here's his report.
The Made in Cameroon label is steadily imposing itself as a common name in our society. With the concept Le Weekend du Meat in Cameroon, that has begun a practice that will be taking place after every 3 months in the city of Douala, where city dwellers will have the opportunity to discover a variety of local products and the creativity of our local entrepreneurs. Products that range from the processing of foodstuffs, spices, toiletries, and drinks of various marks that are typical to Cameroon.
So our main products are plantain wine, the red one, the white one, and the rosé one.
Apart from doing the ordinary, these exhibitors have unexplored ingenuity that enables them come out with marvelous variety of local products that, if developed, could limit the quantity of imported drinks to Cameroon.
Our specialty is plantain. So we have developed more than 25 products with the plantain, and all those products are already protected. So our main products are plantain wine. This is the white wine product with plantain.
Participants in the 4-day exposition say their main aim is to valorize the Made in Cameroon label and demystify most of the things we import. A general call from both organizers and participants is that we should adopt the culture of consuming the Made in Cameroon. For discovering the local product is one thing, and consuming is another.
Away with the Made in Cameroon concept, we now talk health as the world today observes Menstrual Hygiene Day. And for this reason, issues relating to menstrual health and wellness, as well as complications of the female reproductive system, have come under discussion today in a debate conference in Yaoundé. The encounter, organized at the French Institute of Yaoundé, is organized by a Cameroonian choreographer who seeks to not only share her experience but equally sensitize on issues relating to menstrual health and menstrual pain. Let's have more of this story with Ate Bonaventure.
A debate conference to explain the meaning of echography, a concept initiated by young choreographer Agathe Jokam to illustrate the manifestations of menstrual cycle and the pains girls and women go through during complications.
It's my life which inspired me, because I have traveled the menstruation, the pain menstruation in my life. I have traveled this kind of sick on this process. I take decision like a dancer choreographer to question this process, which finally allow us to be alive on this world.
The masterpiece exposes the author's personal experience and advocates for a better follow-up and government support in the provision of sanitary pads to female teenagers.
It's my life. It's the pain, like Jokam Tamo Agathe, each month, and it begins for me a kind of harm. Menstruation become for me kind of harm.
She is being accompanied by a medical doctor who has taken time to clarify certain misconceptions regarding the female reproductive system.
It's a very important phenomenon in living of the life of a young sister, even when they become mother. Let us say that by sensitizing women, we can avoid the shame of that menstruation.
Agathe will be thrilling her fans this Saturday in a live show to better illustrate her concept.
Now, to round up with stories within Cameroon, we take you to the northern regions of the country, where the Electricity Development Corporation, led by the government of Cameroon and with financing from the Japan International Cooperation Agency, have embarked on a massive project to reinforce electricity supply for several localities in Cameroon's north and far north regions. The reinforcement and extension of electricity transmission and distribution is aimed at ameliorating living conditions and equally attracting development for the beneficiary populations of Cameroon's northern regions, as emphasized by the executors of the project while at the reception ceremony in the Konkong locality in the Mayoloti division, north region of Cameroon. Let's now hear more from one of the executors of the project, who tells us more in the following excerpt.
I would like to transfer our greetings from Egypt to all Cameroonian, because we are all exist in the same continent, Africa. And actually, it is in north and the far north region. The project is distributed in the two regions. And let me tell you that one of the major beneficiaries that the population are going to gain is the social development, because as you know, all the localities or the villages where we extend our transmission lines, there is no electricity have been there before, which means that all the people can gain from getting electricity, and this also can help in the development of the villages, like opening small markets, and can also help in finding new jobs for people and so on. So electricity always bring development as or wherever it reach to any new place. So this is one of the main issue. All the parties tried to do their best, like ADC, like NU, like MINE, and so on, but it wasn't easy. It was very, very difficult, especially that we are not working in one line or one place. We are distributed in many localities, as you said in the last question, but we have done it finally.
That was it for stories within Cameroon, and on to other stories out of the country. After a historic visit in Rwanda 27 years after the Rwanda genocide, French President Emmanuel Macron has headed to South Africa for a 2-day visit. He arrived in South Africa this Friday and was welcomed by President Cyril Ramaphosa at the Union Building in Pretoria. The two leaders are mainly to discuss COVID-19 and access to vaccines Vaccines for Africa. They will launch a program at the University of Pretoria to support African vaccine production, a project backed by the European Union and World Bank. South Africa has been the hardest hit country in the African continent by COVID-19, with more than 1.6 million confirmed cases and more than 55,000 reported deaths. On to the Democratic Republic of Congo, notably in the Goma province, tens of thousands of civilians have been fleeing their homes since Thursday in fear of another imminent eruption of the mountain. This comes as local authorities warned that Mount Nyiragongo could erupt once again after last weekend's eruption that left some 32 deaths. The damaged area and surroundings have witnessed about 200 aftershocks, which have destroyed several meters in length, several buildings, while 2 cracks of several meters in length have appeared in the ground. With the execution of the following observations, the streets in the southern part of Goma were congested, with people seen walking or running while carrying mattresses and other belongings alongside their children. That's what we gathered for you on tonight's edition of the news on DBS Television, the last edition for the month of May and equally the last for this week. Thanks for being with us throughout. We do hope to see you when we return for Monday for a new week and a new month. Until then, have a great weekend on DBS Television. Good night.